It's Michael.
I feel good. I knew that I would now. I feel good. I knew that I would. So good, so good. I got you. I feel nice. Sugar and spice. I feel nice. Sugar and spice. So nice, so nice. I got you. Come on, y'all. When I hold you in my arms, know that I can't do no wrong. When I hold you in my arms, can't do me no harm. And I feel you that I would. I feel good. Knew that I would. So good, so good. I got you.
Rosario. Rosario.
Rosario.
Rosario Grajales.
Rosario Grajales.
Yes.
That's right?
Yes.
That's it,
You
right?
are doing.
Rosario. Because we have the famous actress in America that we call Rosario.
Well, 99%
Rosario.
of the people in America, they call me Rosario. And when I call a place, and they ask my name, I say Rosario. Because if I say Rosario, they will not understand what is my name.
Have you ever had people call you Rosario?
Yes, yes.
That's crazy.
It is easier if you say Rose, and I will understand. Trust me.
Because your name's not Rosario. It's Rosario.
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 I like it. And so tell me a little bit about, you have a varied history of lots of things you've done. I found you on the social media as a hostess of a show, and I thought she would be a great guest. But tell me a little bit about your own story, how you became the star you are.
Well, I am not star. I have been doing a lot in my career. I was born in Panama in a very tiny place. The name is Puerto Armuelles. I grew up around banana plantation.
Nice.
Yes. So when I was 13 years old, I used to watch the news every day, and I saw the news anchor, very pretty, nice makeup, beautiful hair, and they used to do a lot of interviews for celebrities and high profile people, and they travel a lot, and I say, you know what, I'm going to be a journalist and I'm going to work on TV. So I was 13 years old, but when I finished my high school, I left my hometown, and I moved to the city of my country, Panama City, 7 or 8 hours from my hometown, and I started to study in the university and do some internship in radio station and televisions. And when I finished my high school, I went to a TV station to do my professional internship, and then they hired me as a news anchor and reporter. Then I was working with them for 2 or 3 years. Another TV station called me and they offered me a job. So I
Nice.
started to work in another TV station in my country. In 2006, I won a scholarship to study English in Oklahoma. And you know what?
Wait a
It
minute,
was
do
so
they
funny.
even-
My
do they
English
even
is no
speak
good.
English in
No, 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 no.
Oklahoma?
No, you know why? Because this kind of scholarship is good for Spanish student, because in this kind of state, not many people speak Spanish, so they prefer students speak English all the time. So I went to Oklahoma to study English for 3 months. But my English is bad right now. But it was worse.
So, I'm curious about this because when I hear people that are from a foreign country say that their English is bad, what does that mean? What you mean your English sounds bad, or you mean it's hard for you thinking of the next thing to say in English? Because it sounds great to me, but
Well, it's not perfect. It is good because you can
mine ain't
understand.
neither. Mine is terrible.
But for me as a journalist, and I have been working on TV and with medias and in front of camera and people of that time, is bad because my Spanish and my vocabulary is big, great in Spanish. I don't have the same skill in English.
Interesting.
You know, so but I won a scholarship to study in Oklahoma. In the meantime, I was in a dating site trying to meet a guy. So 3 months later, I got married with an American that I was in the dating site.
Oh wow.
I back to my country, and then he went to Panama, and we got married in my
nice.
country, and then we moved to Las Vegas.
Nice.
I have been living here 9 years in
9
Las
years.
Vegas.
And have you guys been married for 9 years?
9
or longer
years.
Than, oh,
9 years.
that's a happy story, happy ending. That's awesome.
Especially because in a dating site, you never know. It's like a roller coaster. You never know what
But
is going to happen, you know.
You never know where you're going to meet anybody anymore, you know?
I know.
Like you guys could have met in the library. You could have met in a manhole. You could have met at a bullfight.
know.
You never know. Like, the heart wants what it wants. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So you're going to meet somebody. Who knows? You
never know, yeah.
The sparks hit when they hit. You know what I'm saying? You can't predict that.
And you know what? I did an ebook a few months ago, and I'm going to release another one based on my experience, because since I got married because I met a guy on a dating site, a lot of ladies from Latin America asked me how I did it. So I want to tell my story in an ebook, in my next ebook, how I did it and how they can do it.
Good for you.
But it's not easy to find a boyfriend. It's like a job. You need to go to the dating site every single day and trying to find a guy, and at the end try to connect with all the things that you are looking for, you know.
Right.
But my next ebook will be about something
That's
about
interesting.
dating site
Really
or
interesting.
love on internet.
Do you think that because you guys met on the dating site, do you think it was easier if you weren't interested? Maybe just walk away, you can just shut down the profile?
What do you mean?
Do you think it was easier than if you met someone in person first? Because with the dating site, there's a lot of ways to get out. If you're not happy with something he says or texts you, okay, forget it. This isn't going to work.
Well, I think in the first 20 minutes conversation in a dating site, you will know what is the other person or what they are thinking. For example, if my goal is to get married for the church of religion, and right away the person say no, I don't want to get married for the church. Now you know what is the other opinion, so you need to be quickly, you know, and not wasting time. But I got married with the first person I found on a dating
site.
And he's a very good looking guy. He's a very good looking guy.
Rosario, I don't know if I would tell everybody that part. I got married to the first guy I met on a dating site.
No, you know why?
He
Because
snatched me up.
no, because he was in maybe the first month he was every day sending me messages, calling me, sending emails.
Mm-hmm.
So I see he was very formal and he really likes me.
Was interested, yes.
And yeah, and he is very good looking, as I say.
Yeah, and it was very important that he was giving you the attention.
Yes.
Right? Because I think a lot of women in life, they get happy because they don't get the attention that they did when they first started dating. Now you're married, you don't get the attention. But now you guys are happily married, and so it's worked out good.
Yes.
Very nice. So, go on the dating site. You know, there was a very funny joke on Saturday Night Live.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And ironically, the guy is playing a character from Panama. You may have seen this skit.
Really?
So he plays this guy from Panama. He comes on, and they say, you know, he's made millions of dollars. And they say, how did you make so much money? He goes, well, I created this dating site. And it's different from all the other dating sites. I said, well, really? And you made millions of it? Yeah, because it's worked so easy. It's the best dating site. I said, well, what's your dating site called? He said, it's called Go Outside. And they laugh, you know, and he says, because if you want to meet somebody, guess what? They're outside. There's plenty of them outside. You can go outside. You can find whoever you want. And it's a funny joke, but it's kind of like telling a story about our society today. Mm-hmm. We have gotten into very fast. We want speed dating. We want speed gratification. We want speed results. Mm-hmm. You know, would you agree with that?
Yes, but you know, nowadays, I was reading, I don't know, I was reading something, and they say nowadays, most of the people, when they are looking for a boyfriend or girlfriend, they go to a dating site.
Sure.
Yeah, the people, they don't go anymore to the movie theater or the bar trying to find a boyfriend. Most of the people, they go to the dating site.
Sure.
So I totally agree because I found my husband on a dating site.
Do you think that it's a different world from, like, you know, it used to be kind of standard to date for a certain amount of time before you took it to the next level? Do you think now that's not the case, right?
It's not the case, but I don't think if I have to take I cannot do for more than 4 months, 5 months. I like, you know, it's going to work or no. You know, get 3 years dating with somebody, 3 years, 5 years dating with somebody.
Sure.
Come on, when you are going to get married with the person already, you know everything. And when you get married with someone, you are going to work for that relationship.
I agree.
You know,
I agree.
You have to do everything you have to do for a better future for both. Mm-hmm. And every day you are learning from your couple and everything.
You know, if we went back maybe 500 years ago, right? That was kind of the way it was. Like you would meet somebody and you say, this is the woman I'm going to marry. And then you marry him. Like there really wasn't a lot of dating time like now. Mm-hmm. There was no living together, but not getting, even 30, 40 years ago, that was bad news. Like, what do you mean you guys are living together and you're not married? The church was against it, the parents were against it, the grandparents were against it. That wasn't the way you lived. Yeah. But from say the 70s, the 80s, it became more popular in American culture for people to live together without being married, to have children together without being married.
Michael, are you looking for a girlfriend?
No.
Oh no, because
God
the question about dating site.
Heavens no. Don't you put that funk on me. No.
I'm going to help you to find a Panamanian girlfriend.
I just thought it was interesting because, you know, like it used to be, a guy was 15, 16 years old. That was considered old to not be already getting married.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. You had, your parents maybe either picked someone for you when you were a kid, or like I said, by 16, 17, 18, that was really kind of old. Mm-hmm. You were already betrothed. You already had somebody. You married them. That's the way it was. Yeah. Was that a better society than this one? where now you have some people have 3 kids together, never get married. I don't know.
Well, I respect everybody, but I could not. I was completely sure if I leave my house, it's because I'm going to get married under the church. This is my culture.
Sure.
And I
sure.
wanted to do like this, and my husband paid the price. I say, I want to get married for church, and he said, okay, let's do it.
Right.
And he was brave to do that, and he went to my country. He paid the price to do that, you know. But sometimes guys, they want everything easy. When you want a pretty girl and smart girl and a person with a career, that person, it is an investment, and they need to pay a price. And my husband did it. He went to my country, and he did whatever I say he has to do.
Yeah, that's a whole nother show.
Yeah.
He better.
And he's very smart. Well, you know, I was in Panama.
Yeah.
He had to do it if he wanted.
And he
know?
wanted, clearly he
Yes.
wanted to. Now, speaking of Panama and speaking of, you know, the world we live in today, now the world has changed in just the last month.
Yes.
All of a sudden, there's no more Fidel Castro,
Yes.
and there's Donald Trump instead. Your thoughts on that?
Well, it's a very controversial both topic.
Yes.
I'm a journalist, and for that reason, I prefer don't say any comment because you know I have two kind of people following me. I think I need to give information to help and benefit my community, and we are going to do the best to help our community with information. But I prefer don't say anything about Castro or Donald Trump, especially because I am a Cuban and I live in America, and of course I want to help my community, the Hispanic community, and I think the thing that I have to do is give good information to help my community for the future. Whatever is going to happen in this country, I'm going to help with information. But I don't want to say any kind of opinion that hurt somebody.
Of course, of course. Now that's an interesting thing because you're actually a journalist. I'm not a journalist. I'm an entertainer. So my show is just entertainment. But you do real journalism. But media has gotten such a bad rep. The last maybe 10 years, people say, it's the media, you know, and it's very...
Well, no, the media, we have to do our job. What happened, if you don't control your children in your house, please, it's not our fault to say what is going to happen with your children in the future, you know?
Sure.
So control your children in your house. But we have to give the news. We need to say the information no matter what.
Sure.
All the time.
Now, is there a fine line though? Like, have you ever heard a journalist say something that you thought you're really not being a journalist now? You're giving your own opinion, and you need to give.
Yes.
You need to step back.
Yes. When we went to the university, always our teachers say you need to give the information. Your opinion is not important. But sometimes depend the journalist or what you are doing. Depends. We have to do or give our opinion, but depend the situations. You know, depends.
And you see a lot now. Like if you know, again, I'm not a journalist. I don't pretend to be a journalist. I'm not one. But because of the nature of my show, I try to look at both sides of every story, of every opinion. So I watch Fox News. I also watch CNN. I also watch headline news because I want to know. Sometimes I watch the same story from all three perspectives, you know, and then there's the truth. But I try to follow all of it. And it's very difficult these days because you see someone who's an anchor. They might get really emotional about the story,
Of course.
and start to color the story a certain way by taking it too much to heart. And how do you keep from doing that as a journalist?
You
how
know,
do you stay...
I used to work with Univision here in Las Vegas, Channel 15 as a journalist, and last year was a very controversial politic here for Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton. But I never get rules or a specific direction to do something. My boss never told me you have to talk bad or you
Oh,
have
I
to do
see.
no,
Yeah,
never,
yeah, of
because
course.
at the end you need to give the information. If
Right.
Donald Trump was here, we need to say what he was doing. That's it.
That's
You
it.
know,
Yeah, exactly.
good or bad, this is the news. But never I got an opinion from my boss to say, Rosario, you have to say this or
Hmm.
something that affect. Just give the information. It is what it is.
I've always wanted to ask a journalist this question. Have you ever had a story that made you sad to deliver the
Of
story?
course.
And how do you prepare for that? How do you work through those feelings?
Well, my career is very adrenaline.
Hmm.
Depends what are you going to cover. Sometimes you are involved in the story, but you need to report it is
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
situation.
Hmm.
You cannot be part of the story of the people. You need to say what they are going to, or what is the problem in the moment. You know.
Hmm.
So maybe sometimes you can be involved in the story, but sometimes no.
That
Sometimes no.
seems like it would be hard to
Yes,
tell
it
a
is hard.
story that was painful.
You know, for me, it is. I always remember September 11. I was in my country watching the news, and I see that all the journalists telling the story, and everything behind was falling down. I said, how they are doing that?
Right.
And everybody was in shock. Everybody was surprised with the everything happening in New York, but they were doing.
Sure.
Yeah, at the end, the adrenaline is running so fast that you don't have time to think. You need to find the information around, and you can deliver a very good story
Hmm.
at
Hmm.
at the moment.
Is the business of journalism, is it harder for women?
Not really. No. Well, here is different in my country. Totally different. It was hard when I started working with Univision. The first 3 months was really hard because here is a local station, and in my country you have cameraman, you have editor, you have makeup artist, you have everything. Here you have to do everything, but was a very good boot camp. I learned so much. I work with a wonderful people. I love my coworker. I still calling them coworkers because we were working as a team.
Hmm.
Very young guys. They finished their high school and right away they found a job on TV. But it was really hard. The first 3 months here, oh my God, was a really boot camp. I learned too much editing, camera. I never turned on a camera since I start working with
Yeah,
Univision here.
yeah,
In my country, I had everything, gym,
yeah.
because when you are a TV personality, you are a target for a company.
Sure.
So they treat you as a personality.
Hmm.
And you have some kind of benefits. Also, you have to go to a lot of events to represent the company that you are working with, you know.
Hmm.
But here is a little different. Also, it's a very small TV station, but it was a great experience, and I miss my coworkers sometimes because when you work with a small team, at the end you become a family
Hmm.
working with them.
Sure.
And I think always I'm going to remember this hard experience. Oh my God, it was so hard start working with Univision. So it was a good opportunity, but most of my training in my country is stuck in front of camera. Here you have to do everything in small local, a
Yeah.
small TV station, you know. In my country, you are prepared to talk in front of camera. There is everything, but thank you so much, Univision, because the opportunity makes me a better person, a better professional too.
Now, what's interesting, Rosario, you are the third person that I interviewed today. Just happened, not that it's this way every day, but just happened to be the third woman that I interviewed today The first woman I spoke with, she is a director of films. So she is also a writer. She's also the star of her films, and she's also the producer of her films.
Heroin.
Right? And then the second lady that I interviewed today was a model, but she is also doing her own booking, and she does editing of her work. When she gets her pictures back, she does a lot of her photo editing. So she's doing many hats. And then you, of course, you just explained you're doing many hats. I think that it's become more appropriate for a person to be able to do more than we used to think. Like we used to say, send it to the editor. The guys will handle the lighting. You don't do the lighting. We got lighting guys. We got camera guys.
I like this.
We got guys who set up a camera for camera guys,
you know,
right?
I like this system. But nowadays, the world is changing and you need to learn everything.
Yeah. And do you think that makes you better as a professional to have learned all this stuff?
Of course. When you know more, is your value is more. When you go to find a job or you are looking for a job and you know more than the other people, you have advantage.
Sure. Interesting.
But I like people around. I like the cameraman, the editor, photographer. I like all the team. Because when you have more people, the job at the end is better. You can see quality. When you have a reporter doing camera, doing editor, how you can deliver a professional package if you don't have that time enough to finish your products?
Believe me, I know and agree.
I know. But I believe I know how edit, I know how turn on camera, do camera, lighting, I know everything now.
Right. But you have to learn.
But it's good because now I can tell my people, look, I want like this or change this. I know how can I do it. I'm not doing this right now, but I have my people because it is important. And now I know how can I do everything. I can give directions to them.
That's awesome. And if people want to contact you on social media, they want to become your friends on the www, how do they find you now?
At Rosario Grajales, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. My website, rosariograjales.com. And I have 2 blogs. A Diario con Rosario. It is hard in Spanish, but in English. And RosarioKnows.com. Rosario Knows is a blog and everything about Las Vegas. It's kind of fun. Shows, events, stores, restaurants. I do like reviews. I get a lot of tickets to go to shows, events, and everything. And it's about my life around Las Vegas. But if it's like a guide for people when they want to visit the city, they can read my blog and they will find very good information about this wonderful city, Las Vegas.
That is what's up. Hey, it's the Ace Michael Show. Thank you guys for watching. Hey, if you ever want to be on the show, all you have to do is you can email us. Your email is beonthebuzz@yahoo.com, or you can call. If you want to call, you just call 702-540-3498. I appreciate you watching, appreciate your shares and your likes and making us the #1 social media talk show on Facebook. Thank you for that. And you know what I say, man, live the life you love. Love.